Hi, I'm Brian Heidelberger, a partner with the law firm of Winston & Strawn in Chicago. Here today with your Advertising Age mini law lesson. Today's law lesson, how brands can use Twitter's new app, Vine. But first, I recorded this video last week, so I just wanted you to know while you are sitting at your desk watching this lame video or sloshing through the snow to get to your desk, I'm laying on the beach in Mexico in 90-degree weather, either having a pina colada or taking a nap. So enjoy this video, you worker drones. What are we talking about today? We're talking about Vine. What is Vine? Well, it is a video app created by Twitter, but is completely separate from Twitter, but similar, in which you can record 6 seconds of video that then loops. You can also include 140 characters, and like on Twitter, you can like videos, you can follow them, you can comment on them. Okay, so who cares about a 6-second video? Well, that's really about all the time that I can spend watching on anything before I get extremely bored, so it's perfect for me. And what does it allow me to do? Well, it certainly allows me to show cute videos like this of my son getting a pair of shoes for our vacation, and you see that here.
Are those new shoes? Dancing?
Oh my God, that was so cute. Why don't we watch it one more time?
Are those new shoes? Dancing?
Okay, well, what else can you do? Well, obviously brands can use it to promote their product, like this one from Malibu Rum. Now, of course, this one isn't nearly as exciting as my son Wells getting his shoes, but you understand the point. Okay, what do we have to worry about in terms of the law? Well, like any piece of advertising, we don't want to infringe third-party rights. So we want to make sure that we don't use images shown by, owned by third parties without permission. Images of people we don't have permission from. We don't want to use things that are going to infringe third-party trademarks. In terms of licensed rights, you want to realize that those licenses often have time limitations, and you're going to have to go back on Vine and pull that down when your license is over. So maybe consider not using any licensed material in your Vine videos. So we talked about that this could be seen as advertising, and in that case you want to watch out for advertising claims about your product or those of your competitors. You don't want to disparage your competitors, and you want to make sure that all information that you include about your product is truthful and has substantiation, just like any other advertisement. Now, from a Screen Actors Guild perspective, SAG very well may consider these Vine videos to be commercial, that they would take the position that you need to follow the minimum requirements of SAG, and that is if you are a SAG signatory or using a SAG signatory to create these videos, making the minimum payments in terms of session fees, usage, pension and health payments, all of that kind of good stuff. So if you aren't a signatory, you might not want to use a signatory to create these videos, as it would create this issue. Now, if you are a signatory, well, you're going to have to think carefully about whether or not these are commercials and whether or not this triggers your Screen Actors Guild obligations. Now, I want to make sure that you remember my normal disclaimer, which is, listen, I'm giving you information here, but I don't know what I'm talking about, and I certainly don't want to be held responsible for any of this. So as we move on, what about use of celebrities on Vine? Well, what is a kind of a little lower end risk? Now, if a celebrity positively mentions your brand on Vine, could you like that or comment on that? Well, that's probably a pretty low risk as long as you're not connecting your brand to them in any other way so as to confuse people. Now, certainly higher risks of a claim or infringement is when you're using a celebrity's image or their name without permission, and there's really no connection between them and your brand, or otherwise linking your brand to that celebrity. Now, definitely don't want to take things, videos, content posted to Vine off of Vine, whether it be by celebrities or any other user, and use that in your own advertising without permission. Obviously, that content is owned by those parties, and you certainly want to get permission before taking it off of Vine and using it in your advertising. What about normal people and following them and commenting on their posts or liking their posts if you are a brand? Well, it's probably relatively low risk to do those things as long as you don't imply some endorsement with those people and your comments are positive. Certainly the more negative or the more you try to tie them to your brand, the more that they could take issue with that. How else may you use Vine? Well, certainly for contests, just like people are using Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Now, Vine currently doesn't have specific terms and conditions about promotions on Vine, but Twitter owns it, so I think we should look to Twitter's terms for contests and make sure that we follow those. And that's not really that difficult. Twitter's terms basically, or guidelines actually, simply discourage the creation of multiple accounts to enter the promotion and discourage the posting of the same tweet, or in this case, Vine video, multiple times. And that's certainly something that was probably pretty easy for us to follow. Other user-generated content type prohibitions apply, and whatever you're doing on Facebook or Twitter probably applies here as well. Now, keep in mind that Vine videos are public upon creation. So if you are soliciting people to upload videos and then hashtag the name of your brand, you want to be careful about a couple things. First of all, you want to make sure that people understand that people are uploading those videos because they were solicited to do so in a contest and for the chance of winning a prize. And because of that, you want to make sure that there's a sponsorship disclosure with every contest entry that's uploaded by a third party. That way, people who watch the videos won't be confused to think that people were uploading those videos just out of the goodness of their heart, but rather they're doing it in order for the chance to win a prize. Furthermore, you want to understand that this content is not something you're going to be able to stop or take down. And when you're soliciting these videos and asking them to hashtag your brand, they're going to be tied to your brand. And if people decide to hijack your promotion or go negative, that's something that you're really not going to be able to stop. Now remember, Vine only has a 140 character limit for comments, so we don't have a lot of space to include official rules. We probably want to come up with some very abbreviated official rules and then use a tiny URL in order to link people to the full rules, which hopefully is on another page. So that's it for today. If you are looking for more mini law lessons on things like can brands use celebrities in social media without permission, how to handle a cease and desist without freaking out, or the law of Facebook for brands, the law of apps for brands, or the law of Pinterest for brands, you can search my videos on adage.com or go to youtube.com/Brian Heidelberger, and I will see you next time when I have a tan and you'll still be sitting at your desk. Let's remember, be careful out there.